So Karine Jean-Pierre, not content to just let Kamala look like the dumbest one in the administration, writes her own book, or someone wrote her book. And, we've been talking on the show about how literally at every promotional appearance she makes, what is she telling people? I'm black, I am black, and queer too, don't forget my queerness. And in fact, we have that queued up just for those of you who have missed it. Here's a little tasting. This is just of her promo tour. This is not like going back in the archives. This is like literally in the last 7 days. Watch.
As a black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ.
As a black woman, I am a black woman, I am a queer woman, I am an immigrant. Being a black woman, as a black woman myself, that is the thing that I understood as a black woman, is that I meant a lot to people because of the communities that I represented. And whether it was women of color, black women, queer community, LGBTQ community, immigrant. And as a black woman, and I have my queerness too.
It's like talking to Glenn.
She's got her queerness. Right. Glenn also has his queerness. He never talks about it. Fine.
Do you know her race, by the way, Karine Jean-Pierre's race?
Her race? Yeah.
She never talks about it.
Yeah, I wish
she's very shy about it.
She doesn't like attention called to it.
She's Italian.
You're not going to believe this. Okay. This is the great Matt Taibbi exposes this. A few pages later, after this other part, Jean-Pierre described her feelings after Trump won re-election, saying she wasn't surprised at all because America was too racist and sexist to elect Kamala Harris. Finally, these are quotes, about 1 a.m., I tumbled into bed. When I woke up, it was over. Harris had lost. I received calls from friends who were distraught or numb with disbelief, but I wasn't surprised by the outcome. The truth was, I never really believed Harris could win. Well, I mean, none of us did, but she had different reasons. But I wasn't surprised, okay? I never believed she could win. I'd been in the body of a black woman all my life. She's changing it. I'm not just black, I'd been in the body of a black woman, which sounds a little dirty. That sounds a little naughty, doesn't it? Sounds like something a husband would say. She doesn't have a husband because of her queerness. I stood at the podium in the White House briefing room, traveled in my chocolate skin through rural areas, and all my experiences of blistering stares and racist assumptions left me unable to see this country electing a president who looked like me. Black women are tired. We're tired of being used and overlooked and taken for granted. That we will take on the extra tasks at work without pay, assume the lion's share of labor in our communities without fanfare, and do it all without complaint. Indeed, we are leaders in our cities and households, matriarchs who fight for rights and policies that benefit the whole of society. In 2024, the nation could have finally begun to repay what it owes us. What? And benefited itself by giving the top leadership role to Harris, who could bring the talents embodied by so many black women to the nation's highest office. That's her latest. That's basically it in a sum and substance. Her chocolate skin, and she's been in the body of a black woman forever, and the reason Kamala lost is because we did not want to be in her black chocolate body with her. I don't know. This is lunacy. We knew she was dumb, but did we know she was this far gone? Truly.
Well,
go ahead.
I love that in her mind, the repayment for the treatment that American blacks have received is Kamala Harris. Right? This is we deserve Kamala Harris. You owe us Kamala Harris.
Oh no, that's some debt.
I remember Trump during the campaign went to speak at the Association of Black Journalists, and they brought up the historic occasion of Kamala's candidacy as a black woman, and Trump said, what? Kamala's black? I didn't know she was black.
Remember that?
And this was supposed to be super offensive, like we were all supposed to be horrified, even though everybody had the same thought. And then what happened was CNN the next day went to like a barber shop in Philadelphia, which is like this white liberal media stereotype of where you go to talk to real black people.
Yes. We call that Harris country. This is Harris country.
Yeah, and they walk in and there's like 8 black guys sitting, on chairs in the barber shop, like working class guys. And the reporter comes in, he's white, and he says, hey, Donald Trump yesterday said he doesn't think Kamala's black. Do you think Kamala's black? Of course, expecting them to be like, how dare Trump? And they were all like, not. And this is the kind of idiotic politics that Democrats think the country is thinking about, that we relate to each other this way with these divisive categories everybody has to immediately declare themselves in. And this is such a degraded and primitive way of thinking about humanity and how we relate to one another and the things we care about and have in common. And also, isn't this the same country that elected Barack Obama twice?
Yeah, it doesn't
and
count.
made this idiot the White House press secretary
And made Kamala Harris,
her a big
who technically is black, our vice president.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't
if
count.
anything, you can make the opposite argument that the people inside the black women's bodies are actually benefiting by virtue of that rather than being impeded. But it's just, I think people are just so tired of being told that we have to judge each other with constant reference
That's
to
exactly right. She didn't get the memo, right? The fever broke with Trump's reelection. And she didn't get the memo that we're done doing that shit. Like, we are done obsessing over skin color, whether we're black or white, we're brown, whatever it doesn't. We're done. We're done. The fevers are broken. That stuff's not going to work anymore. But it seems to be what she's saying is the reason she left the Democrat Party. She's mad, allegedly, that they were too mean to Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. But she also is, the whole book is full of grievance about how the Democrats aren't good to black women. Mm. So she's leaving, but she doesn't recommend voting for any party other than Democrats, but she's going to stand outside as an independent just to shame them for how they treat black women, but still totally vote Democrat, which sounds right exactly at the intellect level that I would expect from Karine Jean-Pierre as a strategy.
I mean, I will say something controversial, Megyn, but truly, if you look at the people that the Biden administration elevated to check the identity boxes, from Ketanji Brown Jackson to Kamala Harris to Karine Jean-Pierre, this is why people have problems with affirmative action. It's because you actually, when you're elevating people purely on the basis of identity, and I say that as a cis hetero white woman, Megyn.
Cis hetero.
It's bad. It produces bad results.
Yes.
It's a disaster. And it's sadly what people now have to look back as the legacy of the Biden administration.
Well, the other problem we have is that, they're obsessed with like their academic pedigree over on the left. We've seen that, right? It's like, speaking of affirmative action and pedigree, Michelle Obama went to Princeton. Okay. Sheila Jackson Lee, she went to Harvard. Joy Reid went to Harvard. Right?
Don't laugh, Glenn.
Need I say more? Joy Reid. And then there's another class of leftists that went to these schools and probably actually got in on their own merit, but they are so elitist and such snobs in their coverage, and that brings me to Rachel Maddow. So we could spend all night talking about what an elitist snob she is, but just this week she was talking about the White House and the renovations. Okay, and you can say a lot about the renovations, and I've already read to you some of what people are saying. But listen to this one, okay? Trump is literally destroying the people's house. He's literally physically tearing down the White House. And now here's my favorite part. This is right on brand for her. He took up parts of the White House lawn to put up huge flagpoles so he could fly novelty-size American flags to make it look like it's an RV dealership.
Hell yeah.
That's Rachel Maddow. Like, oh, who would be caught dead at an RV dealership? And she speaks for everyone. There isn't a person consuming her show, which she does once a week, for which she makes $30 million a year still, that had any reaction to that other than, yeah, ew, gross, an RV. And that's half the problem, right?
Because what made it so gross in her mind was that there are so many American flags there too. Like only really tacky, lowbrow people would fly American flags. And this is the thing, the ordinary people who just go about their lives, like you were saying, most people are really busy. When I was a lawyer, I barely paid attention to politics. Only when I had full time to kind of look at everything I said. But you don't have to know every detail, but people understand when they're being condescended to, people understand when they're being insulted, when they're being judged. And the Democratic Party, which did used to have a lot of working class representation, they were very close with unions, that was the kind of ethos of the Democratic Party in the middle of the 20th century, became very subconsciously and very explicitly the party of corporations, the party of Ivy League schools. And as a result, they now look down upon people in car dealerships. And, most of the country feels condescended to and patronized and can just spewed contempt at by liberal elites. And they're getting back what they deserve. They have created that.
Yes. Let me ask you a question, because you used to go on MSNBC all the time.
I was on Rachel Maddow's show all the time. I had a personal friendship with her.
Has she lost her relevance?
Well, let's remember, I just think this is so important, is that, first of all, cable news in general as a medium is dying.
Yes.
The number of people who watch cable news, Fox still pulls in several million people. They tend to be an older demographic. But MSNBC and CNN, they're irrelevant.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they will send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they'll send you free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They are waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchase before the end of the month. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.